What's up, guys? Hope you can see me. Welcome to the Crypto Savvy channel. I am Craig. We had a nice dump for the Dow this morning. Remember, I said if it got up to this point, I would expect a dump. That's the highest I've seen it. Obviously, it's dumping, not really showing a little divergence there. So tomorrow we may get a little pump in the morning. We'll see how that works out. But overall, will we see something like this? That's the question. Will it be the great reset everyone's talking about, but everybody's talking about, this is impossible? I'm sure back in the Great Depression, everyone thought this was impossible too. We're going to take a look at the charts. As you guys know, this is my macro. I'll get into the chat here in a moment. Do we come back all the way down to test this within the next week or so or sooner? And that would be the lower $20,000 range. If we do break that and that becomes resistance, our next line of support is down here. But I think it will take much longer. I don't think it's going to be straight down all the way to these. Like I said, we could bounce around for 6 months or so up here, because I believe that if it does get this low, it's going to be, towards the end of 2023. Before we begin, I put it in there earlier, but let's, Crypto Owl, what's up, man? So everybody hit 1 if you are thinking we're going to drop tonight. Hit 2 if you think we're going to have a fake out and just pump tonight. Hit 3 if you think we are just going to trade sideways all night. Curious to see what you guys are thinking. We'll get into the smaller time frames here in a minute, but I want to see what you guys are thinking right now. So we've got a lot of mixed views. Seems like a little bit more, a few more ones in there than anything else. Weekly close. So yeah, the weekly close is going to be interesting. I would assume we'll have to see if the weekly close is above this 27,000, then we may get up and return to, retest the bottom of this weekly channel here. But remember, on the RSI, we'd still have quite a bit of room to go down there. So we could get a wick way down and come back up and then range for a while. Let's go into, this is the daily chart. So remember, on each time frame we have different spots. We had a bounce for the daily to go around 24.3 on Coinbase. We'll see if that happens. Remember, we could bounce around, come back up into the 40 range, do this for a while if we do get down to this level before breaking. But once this level breaks and becomes a resistance, I think we will see the 6,500 range, at least, possibly as low as the 3,200, as you guys know from my Amazon chart, if it was to play out. Now, let's look at this real quick before we get into the smaller time frames. If we take and measure from top to bottom here, that was a 95, a little over 95, almost 95.5% correction in Amazon. If we bring that over to here, get to, whoops, we bring it over to here, what would it be? It would be 95.5. So yeah, it would be around 3,000. I have it at 37.20 because there is a gap there. Those of you that watched my videos from way back, I think, let me see if I have that chart up here. I may not. No, I don't have it up here right now. But anyways, good possibility. We do see this level, maybe wick just below that. Get out a bunch of stops from the people that long down here and bounce back up. That is a possibility. But remember, if we do break this, it could get pretty ugly. So let's look at the 4-hour time frame. As you guys know, this is the 4-hour time frame. This was our measured move of this rising channel here, the break of it. And I can get rid of these red lines now here. We talked about being bearish if we broke that, which we did. So all we did here was we took a measured move, and I'd said if we broke down here, this was going to be our target, which we broke down, and it hit almost to the T. Anyone that had been watching this channel seen that, and if you played that, congratulations. Another thing I want to point out on the 4-hour here. So we had our pump back above, which is usually a fake out if we get above our trend line on our 4-hour RSI, which we did. We got this trap here, and now we fell below it and are getting rejected. Now, if we close a 4 hour above this, we could come back up and retest the bottom of this rising channel here. But this white trend line right here is our 4 hour resistance. Again, we had a fake out above. We didn't have much momentum here in the price action, but we had a lot of momentum in the RSI, which signaled bearish divergence. And then now, like I said, we're back below. We came back up, got rejected on that trend line again, and it does look like we could be headed down. We may see a big dump today. There's a good possibility. That's why I wanted to put this video out, just for you guys to be cautious. It's not saying it's going to happen for sure. Obviously, nobody knows for 100% what's going to happen in any market. And if they tell you they do, they're full of crap. Oh, no problem, Crypto Owl. Do you see a bear pennant on the daily? Well, this is what I was looking at. This is the hourly. I know it looks kind of messy. We've been looking at this the past few days. Again, this was our target over here. We had that on the 1 hour too that we hit perfectly. Now, this may get a little confusing for you, but how I'm looking at this, first we had this big triangle right here, right? Let me actually straighten that out a little bit. So if you look at the white, we had this big triangle right here. The measured move of that gets us all the way down to, from where we broke, gets us all the way down to that 20,000, 21,000 range. Do I think it's going to go there? I think it's possible, but I'm not looking that far down yet. If we look at the red channel here, see the red channel, rising channel, we take a measured move of that and you just measure the width to where it broke. We tried getting back above, but just got wicks above it here. Haven't got back above. Now, if we do get back above, this, then I look for resistance around that 29.9, and then get a rejection again. Now, let's take a look at these. The first target, if I measure the whole channel, is around that 26.5. So I would be looking for the 26.5. Another way to look at this would be this bottom trend line here, and I'll make this darker so you can see it, and we'll still use the red top line, so it looks kind of like a rising wedge, similar. Not quite a channel, but let's take a measured move of that from the widest point, which would be right here. Bring it all the way to the top, and then we take it over to where it broke. That also gets us that same 26.5 range on Coinbase. Again, on what depends on what exchange you're on, or what exchange you're trading. I use Coinbase because it's just most people are on Coinbase, especially new people. And that's kind of what my channel's steered for, is new people, to kind of help you understand the charts. If you've been watching the channel for any amount of time, you know I like to look at the long term and then go from there. Break it down into the smaller time frames. Obviously, long term is bearish. As you guys know, let's look at the daily. Everybody was super bullish here. We talked about that happening, a three-wave structure up, and everyone would get super bullish, calling for 100,000. I didn't think it would go that high, but nevertheless, we got our three-wave structure. And then on December 2nd, that's when I came out with the Amazon video showing, the Amazon chart. But then we were looking at this as a bear flag, and the measured move of the bear flag of that, how I measure the bear flag is you go from the break of the structure, which was right here, right? You draw a trend line from that break down to the bottom here, and you bring that over to where it broke, and that's what gets me that 66,000 range, or 6,600 range. So that's what I'm looking for. Just curious, you guys tap in your bottom price. What do you think it's going to be? Again, I'm just showing my opinion, so I'm curious to see what you guys think. Do you think we bottomed? Do you think we go much lower? What's your guess on, give me your best guess on what price you think we're going to hit. 21K, CNC says, originally not the bottom. Miriam says 13K, Joe 21K, Tattoo Destroyer 14,000, 15K, 23.1, 22, 15, 21, lower 17K, RGB 3.7K, 17.2, Jimmy Thing 888, Mo 22K, Axone said maybe even 10K. Yeah, there's a lot of, if you were back for 2019, if you were around 2018, I'm sorry, 6,000. Everyone said there was no way we were going below 6,000. We cut that in half. Now people are saying 10,000, no way we'll go below. Maybe look at that, cut that in half. But you got to make up your own mind. Don't watch any YouTuber, including myself, and just trade off of their opinion. Why I do this channel is to show you how I get my ideas, where they come from, and what I do to get them. And then hopefully that'll help you read the charts and, you know, learn to trade, do it yourself. Trading is how you make money no matter what the market's doing, instead of just hoping and praying that it goes up. If you can only make money when the markets go up, that can be pretty scary, and basically just based on hope, right? Unless you were looking at a chart and you had validation that it was going to continue up. But if you guys are interested in trading, like I always say, my favorite exchange, Prime XBT, you can trade alts, Forex, gold, silver, oil, S&P, Dow Jones, everything all from one exchange. No KYC. All you need is an email to sign up. You can use my link down below. Savy 50, the promo code will get you up to a $7,000 bonus, and Savy 25 will get you 25% off your trading fees. Right now we're having a trading contest. If you go up here to the contest section right here, there is a Savy trading competition. Just hit the join button and put in the key 777777. That will get you in the competition. And you can win prizes, actual money, and a Sappy seal is one of the prizes. I think it was 5,000 at purchase. Let's take a look at Ethereum. Ethereum is back down to our 1919. You guys know I'm looking for around 1564. If that breaks, longer term, I could see it going as low as 680, maybe much lower if the bottom truly is in 2023. Litecoin, as you guys know, my target's been 25. These charts are so old. I have not changed them. XRP 28 to 17 again. I talked about this the other day. If this is a descending triangle, that means that XRP is dead. A lot of people don't like to hear that, but I like to say it. So anyways, gold came up, got rejected on our rising channel here. My target for gold is around 1561. Again, that could be not till the end of 2023. We will see. Silver's still above 20. I believe when 20 breaks, 15.5 is my target there. All these have been the same for over a year. These ones I think are 6 or 8 months old when we made these targets for Litecoin, Ethereum, XRP. We'll go back into the 1 hour here. It does seem to be breaking down, guys. This could get fun. Jimmy things that got liquidated in the competition first day. Start another email. Jump back in. See, the problem with that, trading with fake money, people use way too high a leverage, and then they might get lucky, and then they start trading for real, and then they go way too high leverage, and they get liquidated. So just take your time, learn to trade, start out for free. Like I said, get a strategy that works. And then if it's working and you're growing your fake account, you know, maybe put in $5 or $10, depending on your financial situation. I don't know what yours is, but put in $5 or $10. And then if you can grow that and your strategy is working and you're consistently winning trades, then you go into, you know, you can put more money on them. But if you can't grow a fake account, then you can't grow any money. If you can't grow $5 or $10, you definitely can't grow 10,000. So, you know, play smart, guys. What will happen to institutions, Tesla, MicroStrategy, who bought? Well, I have pointed out a million times before, back when MicroStrategy bought, right? I had pointed out there, this was them in the .com bubble. This was MicroStrategy. He bought down in here, right? And rode this all the way back down. Just like when he bought Bitcoin, the same thing. He was doing the same thing, putting out the same hype. He probably shorts his own at the top. That trust me, I'm sure the guy has a plan, and it's not what he's telling you. You know, he just seems a little off. But I can't I can't believe that he's that stupid to not understand how markets work. He's got to have some kind of scheme here where he's up to something. But anyways, back here, if we look at the, where is it? What's my chart here? Where's my Amazon chart? Right here. So if you look back here, he started buying Amazon right in here, just like where he started buying Bitcoin, right? And he actually was putting Super Bowl commercials out and trying to get people in, and then, you know, wrote it all the way down. He was the biggest loser, the biggest. You can look it up. It's a fact. The biggest loser in the .com bubble, right? He bought this in the same place. It was obvious to me at the time what was going on, and I had been sharing that way back here in, you know, December of 20 when he got in, or whenever it was. But I started making videos comparing the Microsoft or MicroStrategy chart, this chart right here, telling you what I thought was going to happen. And then what happened? Exactly that. Guys, history repeats. And some people either do the same scam or make the same mistake. I don't know what is up with him, but something's screwy there. He was telling people when Bitcoin was at 60,000 to mortgage their businesses and mortgage their house. I mean, that's some irresponsible craziness. And the worst part about it, there's people that believed him. Savy, any way to calculate Bitcoin price if S&P hits 500, 200 weekly EMA, any way to correlate that? I know a lot of people love the S&P and watch the S&P. I do not. I watch the Dow Jones. Dow Jones is like Bitcoin. Dow Jones is like Bitcoin. The S&P is like altcoins, right? Does that make sense to you? That's why I keep my eye on the Dow. The Dow is easier to read. It's a smoother chart. It tells the big story. Let's take a look at the DXY. Imagine that. It's pumping. It bounced off the bottom of this channel, broke above all the EMAs. You guys know my targets there. And for those of you that don't watch, or this is your first time here, make sure you smash that like button. It really helps get the video out there. Share the video if you would. Get people aware of the channel. Also, subscribe if you haven't already. I do daily updates. I've been trying to get them out before market open every morning, so you know it's the same time every day. I do live streams when I think something's going to happen. But there's the DXY. DXY is looking crazy bullish. Anyone that watched the channel knows I was bullish on the DXY way down here. Everybody was calling me crazy. You can see what happened. So let's look at the monthly chart. And I always stress, if you're not watching the markets as a whole and watching everything, then you're not understanding what's going on. If you're watching somebody that just watches Bitcoin, chances are they have no clue what the hell's going on. You got to keep an eye on all the markets. So this is a huge falling wedge. We broke here. The measured move of that is about, it's actually down a little bit, about 172. Does that mean we shoot straight up in one straight line? No, it could take a year, could take 2 years. Most likely sometime around the middle or end of 2023, if that plays out. That would match up with the Amazon chart. Also, let's look at the Dow Jones here. Tuberte, thank you for the super chat. Much appreciated, man. You're welcome. I appreciate that. That's very generous. So let's take a look at how long it took over here from top to bottom on this big depression. About a little over 2 years, 1,036 days. Let's take a look at that from here and see whether that might get it. That would be about approximately October 2024. If we see it play out the same way. Obviously, guys, things don't play out candle for candle, but the patterns are eerily similar. You cannot deny that. Can we take a look at Polkadot? Yeah, guys, all alts are the same. They're all the same chart. They're all the same chart, but I'll take a look at it. But I'm not going to keep pulling up a bunch because they're all the same. Literally, they are all the same. They're all scams, man. I've been saying that for years. You can trade them and make money, but if you're buying them to hold them and think you're going to get rich, you're going to be very disappointed. Polkadot, US dollar, same chart as the ADA chart that was just up. They're all the same, man. They just follow Bitcoin. Bitcoin depends on traditional markets, right? And anyone that says it doesn't is insane. It's a speculative asset. It follows the market. Bitcoin depends on traditional markets. Altcoins depend on Bitcoin. Period. BS now. BTC is leading. Okay, Kane. Kane, I may get rid of you because you sound like a troll that used to come to our Discord. By the way, there's a free Discord link down below. You guys can join. It's totally free. Hang out in there. Learn some. There's some traders in there. There's some scalpers. I'm not a scalper. I don't like scalp trading. I like swing trading. Much safer. You ain't got to stare at the charts all freaking day and waste your life away. But to each their own. If you enjoy it, that's on you. You know, I watched that thing like a hawk. Give us some crude oil, TA. Crude oil. I don't even watch oil. That's. I'll pull it up. I mean, we can pull it up and take a look at it. What are you looking at? The futures here. Crude oil futures. Is that what we want to look at? Oh, crude oil is looking like it is hard to say here. We are making some hidden bullish divergence, but it looks pretty sad right now, actually. Let's put some trend lines in here. Go off of this. So this is what I'd be looking for crude. What is this? This is, let's go way back for crude once. I'm just curious as to what it did. Oh, that's the hourly. Shoot. Anyway, here's what I look for the hourly on crude next, most likely. And that doesn't mean in a day, but right there. Obviously, if it breaks up above here, then it's going to go on a bull run. Above 112, it should get support and take off. 99, look for a bounce, but a break of this bottom trend line. You'll be looking for somewhere down in the $93 range. But let's take a look at the weekly, just out of curiosity, what it does in market crashes. Oh, this doesn't even have any freaking data. Oh. I don't even know which one you guys want to look at there. Ooh, not that one. Somebody said ENS. ENS. Looking like it might get a bounce up. ENS. Or no, that's the energy thing. Let me go into crypto. There we go. ENS. I don't even want to talk about that. That's insane, man. You guys are playing in this. I hope you're trading and I hope you're good at trading. But this is making a bear flag here and it's not looking very pretty. Let's do this. This is ENS, right? Clone that, bring it down. Let's take a measured move. If it breaks this $10 range, you're looking for about $6.41 right there. USD oil futures. Okay, there we go. See, I don't even see it on here. Imagine what happened to Terra Luna can happen with BTC. What do you think? I mean, it's possible. There's a lot of people holding a lot of Bitcoin out there. You're depending on them to not sell. If we have a huge market crash, people are going to want to get their cash. People are not going to want to hold Bitcoin. Maybe some people that have, you know, a ton will save some, but they're going to sell. They're going to need cash. People are going to need cash, guys. H bar, same chart, man. Same chart. They're all the same chart. Look, people were calling me crazy back here. It looks like I made this chart a long time ago on H bar. And said if we broke the two, what was that? 338. It was headed down, way down, and put this down here. We'll give it a target of. Oh, that's market cap. Damn it. I think I did that before looking at that. Let me get off of that. Let me go to find the USD. Yeah, horrible. Just another bear flag. They're all the same chart, guys. They're all the same chart. Solana, it was just a hype scam coin of this year. There was, you know, they all have their hype scam days. They pump them up and they dump them on people. Let's see, Solana. Yeah, same chart. The same chart. They're all the same chart. And if you want to trade them, trade them. You can trade them all the same. But they all depend on Bitcoin. Hold on a second, guys. Let me see. Oh, okay. Hold on. Now look at that crude oil. He just sent me a picture of it. All right, where are we at? Which one? Which freaking... What the hell is it? So right here. All right. Let's see. That crude oil right there. Okay, there we go. Let's go into the weekly. Looks like I was looking at something on this at one time. Oh yeah. All right, so crude. Get these fibs off of here. Well, it's at old support. This is a tough chart to determine anything from at this point. So this is where I'd be looking for the lowest before a bounce. But if it gets below this and gets resistance, then I mean long-term oil, we come all the way back down to here. You know, next year, 2 years. Oh, I can't say that. Not that low. Or maybe that's the end of oil then. But yeah, I believe it'll probably come back and test this low. You know, a lot of people don't think that oil can go down. They're just too bullish on it. Who knows? Maybe it can get back down to these levels. Let's take a look at something else. This is obviously the long term. Oil's funky, guys. Remember, oil went to -40 last year or the year before or whatever it was. Yeah, right there was the big dump. Okay, so those that are super bullish on oil, if it goes above this 126, it could get crazy. If it goes up to these levels, I don't see it happening, but nobody knows what the markets do. Oil could get crazy high, and that would... It's possible, guys. That is a possibility. The oil gets all the way up to 200 something, but until it breaks this 127, I wouldn't be too confident in that. Could go either way. I might start doing some updates on oil. Like I said, I don't really mess with oil. I don't really watch it. Oil does its own thing, but I did want to see what it did in. So this was 08. 08, it crashed hard. So if that happens, you know, oil could be coming way back down to these ranges. These would be the ranges I would look for oil to come down to. As you can see, like 2008, oil crashed pretty hard. We don't have no data past 83. But yeah, it could be a huge dump on oil also. As I would lean more towards that just with what's going on in the stock markets. My opinion. All right, let's look at the DXY. How's the DXY doing? We'll go back into the smaller time frame. And looks like it's getting support on the 55 EMA, maybe. We'll see what happens here. Still looks pretty good. I mean, it's still looking pretty damn bullish. Let's go back over to Bitcoin. In the 4 hour, Bitcoin's still trying to dump here. Hey, Savvy, Craig, just curious. Do you still have a couple coins just in case? 2. I always hold 2. No reason to hold any more and watch your portfolio deplete because I still think we're in a bear market till 2023. My opinion, don't make your decisions off my opinion. Hopefully you'll learn to chart, come up with your own analysis and your own decision. This seems to be getting rejected pretty good on this 4 hour trend line right here on our RSI. It's looking pretty rough, guys. Thanks, Nigel. Matt, we're in a global energy crisis. Oil is not hitting $10. Okay, Matt. We'll see, man. And I didn't say it had to hit $10. If you look over here, these are the areas. This is the area I'd look for about 67. First 92. If 92 holds, possibly you can go higher. But here is the 2008 financial crisis. We are now, in my opinion, in a financial crisis. Gold, oil, silver, everything dumps with the markets when the markets crash. Everything. The only thing that goes up is the DXY, the dollar. If you think about it, here's how it works, right? So people lose their retirements, lose everything when this happens. They are screwed. If they sell up here, right? Say they hold it and they say, oh, but the market recovers. Well, it took the Great Depression, I think 40 or 50 years to recover. The only people that made money were the people that sold up here and bought down here. And that money grew for 40 to 50 years. These guys that were up here didn't see it get back up there for 40 or 50 years. Most of them probably didn't live that long. Braveheart, you are the only one that's been correct. Excellent work, Savvy. Others copy you. That's a big compliment. Thanks, man. Savvy, can you please make me a mod? Shh, I'm not sure. Yeah, I do know who you are, Eddie. You've been around for a long time. I think we got enough mods in here, right? And I can't do it. I can't do it from this, the new YouTube setup kind of got me screwed here. But I appreciate the offer. People have no understanding of the markets and the capital flight to safety. Yeah. And then people say, just hold, it always goes back up because it's been in a bull market for the last, 100 years? You know, since back here, the bull market started in 32 and went on up. But, you know, it took 40 years to get back to these levels, man. I'm not saying it has to do it the exact same, but the chances are if we do have a massive crash, it's not going to just come back in a year. And if it doesn't do that, Bitcoin's surely not going to do that. Price of oil is inversely related to the US dollar. Kinda. Only understanding of RSI is enough to trade futures. I saw your videos. You rely heavily on divergence and other indicators. Any other indicator? Not really. I play around with the Lux Algo indicator, but my main indicators, guys, are the EMAs, which are the 8, the 13, the 21, the 55, and the 200 EMA. We got our weekly sell signal on the weekly EMAs, right? Oh, let me go to the weekly chart. Where is it? We got our weekly sell signal right there. We had the cross, and then we opened and closed the next candle under the 8 EMA. That's a weekly sell, guys. Weekly sell. What will we trade? We can trade anything you want. That's the beauty of trading. And that's why I like Prime. You can trade oil and everything all on Prime. Again, my link's down below. Check them out. You get bonuses using my link and my promo codes. What will capitulation look like in the charts? It depends. It depends on how it decides to do that. So, right, let's, I've talked about this before. You know, real capitulation, the bottom's not in until people quit trying to call the bottom. We witnessed that many times. But what if, you know, we come down, we get our bounce here, come up, you might bounce around in this range for, who knows, another 4, 5, 6 months. We may see something like this. Although I think each bounce would get a little lower. So maybe something like this, come down, get another bounce, something like this. Each lower bounce gets people bullish and then gets them trapped. You know, we've seen it before. It could see something like this, and then the capitulation begins when this is broke, right? That's what we could see. If we do just drop down below this, it could be a faster one. Then it may be, you know, it may be the end of the bear market a lot sooner if this breaks sooner. We have to see how this plays out. But I've told you guys a million times when I first started talking about the Amazon chart. And I'd said, this is how a bear market works, right? Every bounce, it gets everyone bullish again, and they don't sell. And then it goes lower, and they wish they would have sold up here. And then it bounces again, and then they get bullish again. Bottoms in. And then boom, they drop it again. And then they wish they'd have sold up here, right? And then it drops again. And then they wish, oh man, I should have sold. And then it bounces again, and then they're all bullish again. That was the bottom. This is it. And then it doesn't even go as high, and it drops again. That's how bear markets work, guys. They accuse me of being a parasite, making money off their losses. Hey man, people are gonna win and people are gonna lose in the markets. Don't taunt when you win. It just, you know, don't rub that into people. There's always, when you win, and you know, you can be excited about winning a good trade, but always remember somebody on the other side of that trade lost, right? Why do I say Gareth Soloway is a fraud? Thanks for asking that, Mr. Hyde. I will tell you. So he went on BitBoy. You can check my Twitter. I posted it again today where BitBoy called him out, told him that I had been sending him that chart for a long time. On December 2nd, I came up with this Amazon to Bitcoin comparison theory. December 2nd, 2021, right? You can open my YouTube channel. It pops right up. It's the one playing when you put it on. February 4th, January 28th, Sarah Soloway, which is his wife, sister, daughter, whatever. February 4th, January 28th, emailed me begging to be on the show. I denied it. I looked into him. I think his company's fraudy, crazy. He's not a trader. He just sells his crap, steals other people's stuff to make them look good, pays to get on channels, right? He emailed me for a month straight trying to get on the channel, kept emailing. After this, then he comes up with the Amazon theory. You do the math. And then to top it off, on BitBoy, he said he never heard of me. And BitBoy's thing was in March. He never heard of me, but he was emailing me. I don't know. Go figure, man. I wouldn't be upset if he would have just said, you know, I seen this on Crypto Savvy or whatever, but to steal it and try to say you came up with it, that's pretty snake oil salesman kind of crap, right? I didn't want to bring him on the channel because I vetted him. I looked at his history of his company and all that. And honestly, there's all kinds of, I don't like people that sell trading courses and claim to be a trader. If you're a trader and you make money trading, you don't have time to make courses. You don't have time to guide people because you're trading. You're not going to sell shit. You sell shit when you can't make money trading. That's why you sell shit, because you're not a successful trader. So you sell a shit course when the best way to learn, guys, is just watch all the free stuff and pick out what works for you and develop your own program. There's no cookie cutter program to trading. Anyone that tells you there is full of shit. So yeah, you can go to my Twitter. I'd play it right now, but it doesn't play real well. I don't have my sound hooked up to my computer. Where is it? Yeah, I put it on here somewhere. Let's see if I can. Right here's the video, and I'll try to turn it up so you can hear it. Maybe. It's pretty funny. Turn this all the way up. Bring my mic down. You might be able to hear it.
$1 billion potentially on it. And I want to show you where I get.
He wants to show you where he got it. He don't say he got it from me.
Downside to go, potentially as low as 20.
Here, let me get this.
Thesis, my midterm thesis is Bitcoin still has more downside.
I want to make this bigger.
Potentially as low as $20,000.
Right here, listen.
Low, but then long term, I think it rebounds, and you're talking like $500,000, $1 million potentially on it. And I want to show you where I get this idea from. It's a ridiculous amount of cryptos. We need a flush out, right? So I've likened Bitcoin and cryptos to the .coms. And I want to show you what Amazon looked like back in 1999 to 2000. I got to tell you, Gareth. As you get into this, before you say it, I got to say something, because Crypto Savvy sends me a DM on Twitter once a week with this Amazon chart showing how accurate it is, what we're seeing today, and it just says, "This is your weekly reminder."
Love it. Thanks, BitBoy. At least you stood up and done the right thing. Busted. So we're gonna take a look at this stuff. And then he put mine in this video. This is the Amazon chart, right? And you can see Amazon in the .com bubble. This is back in '99. The big .com. I love how he ended this video too. When the .com bubble was out, there were plenty of other .com things besides Amazon. Kind of similar to Bitcoin. Go to my Twitter and retweet that. It went 95% all the way down to $5.32, or right in there, right? That was a 95% correction. What did it do afterwards? Amazon. It went up just severely the next 20 years, just absolutely exploded. Now, could that possibly happen with Bitcoin? If so, this is the greatest ending. See that $1 million Bitcoin, multi-million-dollar Bitcoin, who knows? But maybe that's what we could be looking at. I just wanted to put the chart out and show you the similarities. Shout out to Soul Extender for making that video. That was awesome. I appreciate that, dude. Make sure you go to my Twitter and just retweet that. Get it out there. Tag people in it, whoever you want. It's this one right here. I just put it out again today. Right there. Just go to my Twitter. It's at CryptoSavvy1. Don't go to the scammy ones. There's scammy ones out there, but it's at CryptoSavvy1. And retweet this. I'd appreciate it. And tag whoever you want to tag in it. Tag tons of people in it. Get it out there. Expose. Well, dropping, guys. Jerome Powell announced Shiba Inu world reserve currency. That's some funny shit, dude. MD said he got liquidated by Savy, right? Savy, can you get on Kitco? Maybe you guys can all go to Kitco and try to get me on there. I'm not one to beg to be on anybody's channel. I'm not going to do that crap. If somebody asks me to be on their channel, I'll go on their channel. But I'm not emailing people, asking people to be on their channel. That's just not me. I'd rather naturally let my channel grow, naturally let it get out there. That's where you guys come in, sharing the videos, liking the videos, subscribing to the channel, you know, making sure you watch the videos when they come out instead of afterwards when it's too late. Isn't BTC supposed to be an inflation hedge? I've been saying it isn't a hedge this whole time. No speculative asset is a freaking inflation hedge. Don't be concerned by a chipmunk. Thanks, Dalton. You retweeted it. Right on. John, welcome to the channel, bud. BTC to 73K, y'all. No, that's funny. Alt-tab, I have so many times heard people say it's got to have 3 peaks like this did. This was overextended peak. This was the first peak. You can even look. The first peak in Amazon was in January, right? First peak of Bitcoin, January. Second peak, April. Second peak, April. Bottom, June. Bottom, August. This first bottom was June here, but the similarities, guys, is ridiculous. And then the third peak, November. Third peak here, November. You can't deny it, man. What's up, Mike? How you doing, bud? Found the Discord, right on. Asia tanking also. If so, watch 37 incoming. Savvy, what's the ticker on that? On what? What's the ticker on what? This? This is the Amazon.com. What invalidates this thesis again? An actual break of 48 is really the invalidation, but you could say a break of that 42 would be invalid. I'd say would be a good invalidation point. I'll let you know if this is invalidated. Thanks, Chriso. I appreciate your support. All you guys that comment on the videos and stuff, I really appreciate it. It helps tremendously. So go down, look in your emojis, put in a bear emoji if you're bearish here, if you think we got lower to go, and put it in a bull emoji if you think we're going to bounce from here. Sergio, I am glad to hear that, buddy. Alien? KCC, you're an idiot. Pay attention, man. If you don't watch any video, don't make a comment. Jesus. Some people are so salty, whiny ass crybabies because they're listening to people that don't know what the hell they're talking about. Lots of bears out there. Giant killer. USDT collapses. How do we short, sir? You know what? Stable coins are just as dangerous. USDT, I think, is the most dangerous. If you're going to use a stable coin, my opinion, which do what you want, it's just my opinion, USDC is the safest one. It's actually backed by the dollar. USDT, that's some sketchy shit. It always has been. Did you say beer emoji? Nope, she hasn't. I don't think she makes tater tot casserole, but Thanks for bringing that up. Make sure you guys go check out my wife's webpage. It's inkyourimage.com. She has a crypto section. You can put anything you want on any of this stuff. Anything. She can literally put anything you want on any of this stuff. Definitely check it out. It's quality stuff. Great way to help support the channel. Let's see. In the Bitcoin section, the biggest seller in here is this Divergence cheat sheet mouse pad. Go to the page, check it out. But t-shirts, signs, aluminum signs. She can do stuff on glass if you want, depending on how much you like to spend. But it's quality stuff, guys. And like I said, she can literally put anything you want on any of this stuff. Definitely check it out. Inkyourimage.com. What's up, Dallas Blockchain? DJ Fresh as F said, too many people still calling the bottom for it to be in. My thoughts exactly. I'm a bullish bear. A beautiful day in the markets, guys. Savvy, how low do you think we can go this week? Well, my daily target is this 24.3, but like I said, we got to go over this 1 hour. Where is it? Right here. Talked about it this morning. Maybe 26.5, but if that breaks, man, we'll be retesting these lows around 25. If the 25 breaks, then I'm looking for that 24,000. If that breaks, then it could get really, really ugly if it goes below 23-ish. But remember, I think at that point we may get a range. The stock market may get a bounce around the same time this week, next week, and Bitcoin get a bounce with it, and then range for a while. But again, I'll keep you guys updated. Make sure you're subscribed so you get the daily updates. Mo, you want a wave count? Here's the macro wave count. As in the smaller wave count, it's not even worth it. I only give Elliott wave counts when they're clear. I don't do all this try to make shit up. But this, if you look at the Amazon, there is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If it plays out the same way, we'll see. Ninja Killer, how to open new shorts without knife catching. Man, wait for bounces. If you miss a trade, wait for the next one. Don't jump in the middle of a move. Never jump in the middle of a move, man. And thank you for the super chat. What's up, Blonde Truther? Welcome to the Savvy Supporter Access. I'll try to start doing some members videos too and going in a little more detail. I haven't done it in a while. I don't want to promise it, but when I get time, you know, I may start doing that a little more. It's just... it's summertime here now too. A lot of stuff going on. That we're usually busy doing stuff on the boat. We're building a house. We got a lot of stuff going on. So are there any bull YouTube channels you appreciate? Honestly, to be totally honest, anything I do watch, I don't really get into because I don't let other people's analysis get in my head. I'd done that a long time ago and it really screwed me. So I try not to watch other YouTubers, to be totally honest. You know, I'll watch BitBoy Crypto because I kind of like the show. They like altcoins and stuff. I don't like it, but I kind of watch them to kind of see what people are feeling because obviously the masses gather. But I kind of like him as a person. I don't think he intentionally tried to hurt anyone calling 100K. I think he really believed that. But that just goes to show that, you know, some people just really don't understand markets. Wayne Martin, what's up, Savvy? What's up, Wayne? Thank you for the super chat, brother. I'd like to say thank you to your one reliable source that I check often, and you're spot on. Thanks, Boca. I hope that's how you say that. Hope I didn't murder your name. I appreciate that. And like I said, I'm not telling anybody that this is for sure where it's going. I'm showing you my views. Don't trade off my views. Come up with your own you know, I'm just showing you why and how I get them. Learn to chart, guys. Don't just watch a YouTube channel and then trade off of what they said. 90% of the time, you're going to get wrecked. For one, you know, if you don't know how to trade, you're going to get wrecked. You don't know how to use stop losses. You don't know how to manage your risk so you don't risk all your money. Thanks, Steven. I appreciate you, man. Thanks, Outfit. Savvy does have the only real channel on BTC in the whole market. How do I learn the chart, Savvy? Watch lots of videos on charting and stuff. And I don't mean these Bitcoiners that have been doing it for a couple of years. Watch some, you know, watch some analysis channels, and they all have bad habits. So, you know, you got to pick out what works for you. Learn some Elliott Wave, learn some Wyckoff. I don't trade strictly on Elliott Wave. Like I said, if I have a clear count, like back here, we had this clear 1, 2, 3. When wave 2 hit, we measured out wave 3 to the dot, and wave 4. Wave 5 didn't go quite as low, but remember, wave 5 only had to break wave 3. But when it's a clear count, like this ABC, you know, then I'll put it out there. But until the count's clear, you know, this could be 1, 2, 3, ABC, ABC. You know, we could get another big ABC, and that getting us down to the 35 to 6,500 range. And then we would, but it's real hard to see the wave counts in here. Just like when there's a big crash like this, it's hard to get a wave count, right? It's super hard to get a wave count because it's major sell-offs or major pumps. It's a lot harder. So unless I see a clear count, I'm not going to give you a count. That's why I don't trade Elliott Wave. I think that's a horrible idea. I think it's a great tool to use to match up with other stuff. Like you guys know, I like to use trend lines and patterns, my EMAs, RSI. You got to pick what works for you. What works for me might not work for you, but learn one thing at a time. Like I studied the RSI for a long time. I studied Elliott Wave alone for a long time. I studied Wyckoff for a long time and took out what worked for me. And that's how I came up with it. So like I said, there's no cookie cutter program. You got to figure out what works for you. Mix some stuff up, get some different confirmations. So once you learn a few things and they all point to the same, then, you know, it starts to make sense to you. Bounce is going to be nice. We'll see. Is there a way to short without using the USD pair on futures? I mean, you could short Bitcoin itself. You can use USDC. That's why I use Prime. There's a lot of options on Prime. Check out Prime. The bottom is when Michael Saylor sells. I like that. Hey, ink your image. That's my wife in there. Ink your image, guys. Make sure you say hi. And tell her what you're going to order. I'm a giant killer. Thank you, sir. First time catching a live stream. Right on, man. Russ, go back. I've said it 1,000 times, man. ACC, thank you for the super chat. Savvy doesn't care about y'all. Buy Bitcoin and wait. He wants to get views on YouTube. He's the biggest bear on Bitcoin. Call me the biggest bear. We're still going down, buddy. I don't see you on everybody's channel that was telling you 100K for the last 2 years. Trolls. Salty Sailor, especially when you bring up his past. Yeah, I posted very nicely the biggest.com loser thing, and I tagged him in it and asked, you know, what happened here, and he blocked me. So I'm blocked on Twitter from Sailor. Just like Salaway, when I asked him, I posted the emails to me after he was on BitBoy and said, you said you didn't know me, but yet you emailed me. Boom, he blocked me. So I'm blocked on his Twitter too. When do you think we'll bounce a bit so I can get out? I'm down a ton of money. That's all up to you, man. Like I said, I'll never tell anyone when to buy, when to sell, when to short, when to long. Tell you what I'm doing, that's it. Did they buy the dip? Continue the dump. Go real mo. Savy's the biggest bull with his Amazon chart. That's true. If it plays out like that. I don't do a course. People that do courses sell courses because they can't make money trading. I've told you that a million times, and I stick to that 100%. They make money trading. They're not selling courses. Ran from crypto banner. I don't know him. I mean, I see his name and stuff on Twitter. I've never watched the dude. Don't know. Do it up, Proverbs. All right, guys, watch this area. I think we'll dump further tonight. We could get up and retest this 29.2, 29.3 area. If we get above that and get support, then look for 29.9-ish. If that breaks, then we could possibly get bullish, but it's looking pretty damn bearish to me, guys. So look at, there's really no divergence yet, but it does look like this could spike up to that 29.3. It will make hidden bearish divergence, making more room for the downside. Got a little bit of hidden bullish divergence here for this bounce. But remember, guys, the trend is down. Atleb said Amazon has 3 peaks. Here we go again. There's the first peak. That was in January. First peak right here on Bitcoin in January. Second peak right here, April. Second peak on Bitcoin, April. Bottom, June. Bottom, June. November top, November top. 3 and 3. This one just wasn't as hyped. I explained that 1 million times. Baron Martin, smash up the likes. Yeah, guys, smash up that like button. Share the video. Thanks for tuning in. I think I'm going to get off here now. I just wanted to get a quick stream. Be careful. I think we got further downside to go tonight. Be very careful. That's all I got to say. Take it easy. Don't forget, join Savvy Trading Clash on Prime XBT. Links down below. If you join it, put in the key 77777. It's totally free. You can win real prizes. And what else was I going to say? Oh, yeah, you can use my promo code Savvy50. It'll get you up to a $7,000 bonus to use towards your margins. Savvy25 will get you 25% off your fees. All the links down below under my video are actual stuff I trust. So take it easy.